And we're live, so no more countdown. Welcome, good evening, everyone. It is Dandadan MonDandadays, chapter 194. Today, I've got a new mic, Mr. Twitchy94. That's my Ibo, Vontae the First. To my left, to my right, to my left.
Both.
I don't know. Perspective. Kagebunshin.
We are here, man. Oh boy. So we both know that this chapter has something hype in it. I tried to divert my eyes a lot. I seen some kind of panel. Like I said, I was not trying to look at it at all, but I seen it looked detailed. Just like the Dandadan panel, same thing again for me.
I was not so lucky. I've been feeling a bit under the weather these last couple days, so I actually forgot it was MonDandadays Day today, and unfortunately, I caught a nasty spoiler. But what it does do for me personally is it really makes me anticipate our conversation at the end of both of our reactions. So, depending on how the rest of the chapter goes, because I'm pretty much 100% blind for the rest of it, I think the conversation is going to be the most fun for me today. But I'm sure I'll still enjoy the panel. It looks insane.
Jiji, man. Jiji, he's been in the hot seat-ish, not necessarily with us, like we don't have a problem with him. We understand where he's coming from, but he is right now, it's like it's not looking good for him in terms of his mental state. He obviously is not being able to have develop any kind of relationship with Zuma at all right now. And he's, very overprotective of Momo, obviously. But I don't know. We don't know what this is going to lead to because, once again, Momo, she is still small. Zuma, he is damn near completely blind. And Daiki, he is at death's door, essentially. So, sad stuff. We talked about it in our discussion in the last chapter as well, with like Daiki and that whole thing of we were theorizing like what if he becomes like a yokai or a similar thing to like Mei or Mai, something like that. Yeah. But other than that, I really don't have anything else to say. I'm just very excited for this chapter.
I do want to just talk a bit about a continuation of your point about Jiji. What I feel like Tatsu is doing, unfortunately, is he is setting him up for the downfall. Because Jiji, for all intents and purposes, he's the most upbeat character in this entire series. Dodoria has sang his praises multiple times. You're a prodigy, Jiji. You're the best, Jiji. Jiji's been the one outside of the Space Globalist arc to pretty much be the combat MVP or the most, let's just say, a concerning adversary for Okarun for a while. Because, like, the Evil Eye, that was a problem and a half. Yep. So what I think Tatsu is doing, unfortunately, is he's going to set Jiji up for this emotional downfall.
Damn.
And we're really going to get to see who Jiji is as a person, not Jiji as the fighter or Jiji as the love interest. So
that's the other part. He's the one that allowed Evil Eye. I mean, obviously, because of the whole exorcism thing, but like that's also his responsibility too, So there's a lot of things going on with him, with certain decisions being made or things being said that I agree. His downfall is Tatsu is starting to write something for him, but it'll be for a great comeback though. Obviously, once but Absolutely. We're not even at the downfall just yet.
we're nearing the top of the roller coaster before it goes down,
and we're in the sky. So literally.
All right, I don't remember who went last week, but since I do have a new setup-ish going today, I'm going to let Vontae go first, and then once he gets done, he will bring me back into the fray. So enjoy, brother. Let me know when to come back in.
All right, if you guys are new, or if you already know, but if you are new to this channel, whether you're live or watching the VOD, we like to do this every week where one of us reads the chapter first, while the other one goes away, so you can get a good, authentic, blind reaction from both of us. So you'll get my reaction, my thoughts on the chapter, and then once I get Twitchy in, you'll get his thoughts on the chapter as well after he reads it, and then we can discuss. It's just a nice way so you guys can get good reactions from both of us, rather than like one of us following along off camera because you can't see our face or hear us a lot of times if we're going mute. So anyway, though, let's get into chapter 194. And once again, guys, like the stream, subscribe to your boys, man. Road to 1K. We're almost at 900. We're like 5 away, 6 away. So subscribe to the boys. Anyway, chapter title is We've Been Hijacked. It's that old bag from the Kito family. God, what the hell are they doing here? Didn't they get arrested? Look at this lady. Oh my God. Look. she is really crazy. I hear the voice of Momo Ayase. Where is she? Where's she hiding? I'm here, right here. Who the heck are you? Mama, this girl turned into a kaiju. He gets spooked. He's like, what the fuck? Who are these people? They're my landlords from Byakuja village. They were making human sacrifices. Now wait, just 1 minute, Jin. It's you people who are the murderers. It was because of you the volcano erupted and tons of people died. Nobody died. Oh my God. Take that with the fucking luggage. Okay, you see Momo down there. I like how so she used the luggage to hit him because he had the knife in his hand trying to attack. I like that. Their blades, be careful of their blades. Oh God damn, Jiji got socked in his face or something. Right to his nose. Oh no, that's not Jiji, that's Raya. Good. Now, what's the matter? You're young. You must have more in you. Eep, help. Who grabbed him? Ooh, Zuma. Hey, there's somebody hiding over there. Now that ain't right. Not while your friends are taking a beating. Now he gets punched. A real man would come out and fight. Stop it. You can't see. Yup. God damn. You can take me on. Why you? Hey. That your head? Yo, what's up, Sherm? Starting the chapter right now. I am on page. I just got done reading page 7. I am turning to page 8. But we is here, Sherm. Shout out to Sherm, man. He is one of our goats, man. He's also helped this channel a lot from recommendations to just giving us information and, for anything that we're reacting to. So always shout out to Sherm, guys. Boom. Damn, he punched the shit out of him. He's like, huh? Ha cha cha cha. Ha cha. God damn it. Headbutt straight to the nose. That's how you do a headbutt. You don't headbutt head to head unless you're crazy as hell. You headbutt straight to the nose, on soft spot of the face. Perfect. Damn. Ow. Hey, where'd he go? He down, man. Yeah, there's some kind of freak over here. Hey, you, get back under the seats. We're gonna make sure you feel the hate of the people you killed. Hate. Uh-oh. Is Evil Eye about to pop out? Shit, these umbrellas are kicking our faces. That's our faces. Our asses. Ooh, look at the choreography, though. Everybody just jumping and leaping from seat to seat, getting flung through the air. Oh, yeah, Evil Eye. Yep, there you go. Evil Eye, stop. Don't come out. You made a promise to Okurun, remember? You're not allowed to kill. Are you kidding? You're still holding on to that little brat? I thought you would have exercised him ages ago. She like, what the hell? You still got him in you, pause? Yep, Zuma blind fighting is crazy as hell. He's listening though. I love Zuma, man. He's very his survival instincts are definitely high, one of the highest in the group. Well, go ahead and let the Evil Eye out. Anaconda. Ooh, Seiko. Ooh, a granny fight. Oh hell yeah, because they both are nasty hand-to-hand combat. But Midoriya, her fucking ribs are broke, right? Like she's going through it right now, so she is in a handicap. Why you? Who the hell are you? Who the hell are you? Damn it! Just an old lady. Jin, you get back. These assholes just won't give up. Get your asses back to jail. Because of you people, we were arrested for no reason. Huh? It's true. It's all your fault. You people attacked our village and took it from us. That's absolute nonsense. And the plane's already going down. Like, all right, it's going down already. We thought it was gonna have like a sky arc. That shit, nope, not happening. What the hell? Was that a blast of wind? Mama, we're in big trouble. Shut the hell up. I don't want to hear any of your whining. That shit going down. Oh no, the engine exploded. How come? Something hit us. Okay. He looking through the window. I love that perspective shot of him looking through the window like that. That's fire. What the fuck is that? Dolphins? In the sky? So this is the panel of sharks, actually. Oh my, in the ears? No, is that Fairy Tail? Is that the goddamn Fairy Tail card? Because why is her eyes and noses in the air floating around? What the fuck is this double spread panel? What the hell? So I'm glad I didn't see it. So earlier we talked about it briefly in the Sharknado. Yeah, we talked about it briefly in the before we started. Twitchy said he's seen this panel all together, like these pages all together. Me, I seen stuff, but I immediately knew, okay, this is a manga. It's probably something that I read if it's on my timeline. So I tried not to look at it. And then I seen a Dandadan profile pics. I'm like, okay, it's Dandadan. Let me not look at it. But I seen like a whole bunch of shit just everywhere, but I didn't see exactly what it was at all. What the fuck? So does that mean Sanjime is up here right now? If that's the case, that's wild. Because the fairy tale card is up here. We know he has that, or at least I'm assuming this is the fairy tale card's doing because of the mouth, the nose, the ears, and shit. But then the whole shark thing is another thing that's crazy too. Obviously, probably a part of it, but this is imagine showing this panel to people out of context. They're like, "What the fuck? Like, what would you even think of?" I see sharks above the clouds, in space, damn near, or at least like in the outer atmosphere, where you can see space clearly, you know. And then you have just nose, eyes, and shit. Look, man, this is a pretty quick chapter, but let me get twitchy here now, man. No, seriously, like imagine showing this to somebody out of context. Like, what the hell? Like, I wouldn't know what to think. If that was me, I wouldn't know what to think. But Tatsu, once again, this is a weekly manga. Tatsu is a different demon. Like, how are you like this, Tatsu? How? This is weekly. How are you good at drawing everything? All right.
1 sec.
That's wild.
I can't do it without music. I just can't do it, guys. Alright, so full disclosure, I have seen the panel. I do know one thing about what happens with Zuma. It is very primal, but let's get into it. If my mic is too loud, too soft, please let me know immediately. Vante said it was pretty good when we had a test run before this started. But let's get into some close quarters combat with DB Coopers. I mean the Kito family. Wait, that first panel with Momo, why does she look the same size as Jiji? Okay, we're moving on already. It's that old bag from the Kito family. Yeah! What the hell are they doing here? Didn't they get arrested? Unibrow going crazy. Shout out Anthony Davis. I hear the voice of Momo Ayase. Okay, she's not the... Okay. Where is she? Where's she hiding? I'm here. I'm right here. Who are these people? They're my landlords from Byakuja village. They were making human sacrifices. Oh, Dodoria came in at the end, so yeah, she wouldn't know them. Who the heck are you? Mama, this girl turned into a kaiju. Now wait just 1 minute, Jin. It's you people who are the murderers. It's because of you the volcano erupted. Tons of people died. Nobody died. Fake news. Fake news. Yeah. All right, Dodoria with a swift elbow. Vamola, obviously, kaiju punch. All right, someone threw Momo through the luggage. Take that. Their blades. Be careful of their blades. Oh, Raya, he got punched. Gah. Now, what's the matter? You're young. You must have more in ya. Eep, help. Oh, Daiki. Okay, this is what I saw. Hey, there's somebody hiding over here. Now that ain't right. Not while your friends are taking a beating, punch to the face. A real man would come out and fight. Stop it. He can't see. Alright, well that means nothing in close quarters combat. Whoop. You can take me on. Why you? Hey. That your head? As if Zuma couldn't get any cooler. Punching a motherfucker while blind. Like, this man is such a goat. Ha-cha-cha! Alright, that did get him on the jaw pretty good. Ha-cha? Oh, head to butto. Right to the nose. Ow. Hey, where'd he go? Gah! There's some kind of freak over here. Hey, you. Get back under the seats. I will say this dynamic between Vamola and Unji has really started to agree with me. Now, I know I've always been on the Kinta and Vamola ship, but this is a pretty good second option, in my opinion. We're gonna make sure you feel the hate of the people you killed. Hate. Shit. These umbrellas are kicking our ass. Right in the jaw. Alright, she's moving forward on top of the seats. Evil Eye, stop. Don't come out. You made a promise to Okarun, remember? You're not allowed to kill. Are you kidding? You're still holding on to that little brat? I thought you would have exorcised him ages ago. And there's almost like a Doctor Strange portal opening up behind him. Yeah! Well, go ahead and let the evil eye out. Ugh. Anaconda. Bob, weave. She's got to weave. Dodoria going hand to hand. Why, you? Who the hell are you, damn it? Just an old lady. Jin, you get back. These assholes won't... Hold on. I'm not gonna move on so much. What did she used to call Jiji when she remembered Momo? Was it Jin? That could be a sign of things to come that she's already forgot, Momo. These assholes just won't give up. Get your asses back to jail. Because of you people, we were arrested for no reason. Huh? It's true. It's all your fault. You people attacked our village and took it from us. Okay. Again, before I turn the page, there is some really interesting dialogue this chapter. It's not that they necessarily are lying. It's that they believe what they're saying. And yes, that is one symptom of being in a cult like this one. But I don't know. It's almost like their memories are being altered in some way as well. Alright, there was an explosion behind the plane. The perspective shot is nasty. Alright, they all go up. What the hell? Was that a blast of wind? Mama, we're in big trouble. Shut the hell up. I don't want to hear any of your whining. Okay, and that's another question. If they're in empty space, was that an explosion in empty space? Did it cross the dimensions? If something happens in the real world and the plane goes down, what happens to the empty space in the plane that they transferred into? Lots of questions. All right, one of the engines went out. Oh no, the engine exploded. How come? Ah, something hit us. What the? Sharknado! Sharknado! All right, and this is what I see, but it is not just Sharknado. It is the various body parts of the card Yokai Demon. But also Devil's Triangle, like I said. Like, this is a typhoon-esque. Like, this is probably how all of those ships went missing. All of those airplanes went missing. Oh my, that is a wild shot. Now that I'm looking at all the details. I love the silhouettes of the sharks. Like, some of them are black, some of them are white.
Show this to somebody out of context.
This is my favorite series right
this?
now. What is
Ask
this?
What do you think this is? What do you think is
What do you
happening?
think it is?
Like, I don't know. I don't know.
Although I will say the shark yokai, god damn, that is going to be nearly unbeatable above water. What?
Interesting.
Yeah,
though.
like I want to hear what you thought about this chapter because I have so many thoughts right now.
Let's see. Going back, evil eye thing. Really, my thoughts is just on the last 2 pages or that double spread. It's so obviously Sanjime is here.
I think that with a proxy that was underneath the bridge with Adachi. I feel like he's in the general area.
Okay, so he let him use the card.
I think so. I think he's got it on loaner.
So what do you? Okay, so why do you think they're going to just take Momo? That's probably.
I think he has got, like, pardon my language, he's got the strongest boner for Momo's power. Like, honestly, like, he will not let that power go. Whatever it takes, he will get it.
You know what's crazy? Usually when we get characters like that, we see it. We see how obsessive they are. We don't get nothing from him. We just have an idea that, okay, obviously he would want her power, right? But we don't even know. Like, in terms of what he would even want to do with it, it's
and is it even like he wants it specifically, or does he just want everything and that is one thing that he knows about,
and who knows? I don't know. His motives, like, once again, when we keep going, is he evil? Is he doing something to save everything? It could be that. We don't know. I thought that was interesting when you mentioned Seiko saying Jin.
Yes, I don't think she called him Jin.
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's concerning.
I'll keep thinking about. I'll leave it in the back of my mind. I won't look too much into it, just in case it's just like a translation. They just mishap or they just said it. But I'm still thinking about that. And what Sherm said was really interesting too, about the gaslighting, the second to last message.
I mean, look, their whole dialogue was strange. Again, I know that they're in a cult. I know that they're mentally not all there. But the way that they were talking was almost as if they fully believed what they were saying. They were not at fault. Whatever happened was not their fault. Now, I could also be thinking, because this is a reoccurring... I don't know if it's a cycle or not, but what I want to say is this set of dialogue, could it not be them mentally in the past? Even, let's just say, when Evil Eye was first created. Because the way that they're talking, they're like, all those people were killed. Momo's like, no one was killed. The volcano erupted. Okay, well, yeah, the volcano erupted, so there's that symbol parallelism, but do you think they could be talking about, like, how Evil Eye got created in the first place? Like, what happened? Could this be cyclical?
You want to know why I think it is something going on with them, and it's not just them being, like, persistent and that kind of gag, is the fact that multiple times throughout the chapter, they kept on doing that. Like, usually all you need is one time for us to be like, oh, they're on this bullshit. But they kept doing it, like, throughout the whole chapter. I think
it was multiple of them as well.
Yeah. So that's how I feel like there's something going on there with their memories. I'm thinking specifically.
Okay, that's another interesting. Now that I have it on the double page spread instead, Go back to the double spread of 2 and 3. And no, it's not because of that shot. I want you to look at her dialogue.
2 and 3. Okay, get your ass out my face, Granny. That's the first thing
you can scroll up a little bit. No, but like the bottom 2 panels, jokes aside, read those back to back and see if you picked up on what I'm connecting.
Yeah, that's very like no.
let me tell you what I'm thinking though. Old woman Kito referred to Jiji as Jin. Then the next time that Dodoria refers to Jiji, she says Jin. Has she forgotten who Jiji is by proxy of Momo? Because otherwise she would have had no interactions with Jiji. Or does she still remember Jiji?
Who are you referring to? Kito or Seiko?
No, Seiko. I think there might be some memory shenanigans going on with her as well. Or she could be just delusional from the pain and the medication that she's taking. Like, do you make anything of that? The fact that she called Jiji Jin?
I mean, but why would she, well, I mean, she obviously heard her say his name, but I feel like if that was the case, she'd probably just call him boy, like, boy, get back, boy, or something like that, and not call him Jin.
I guess, yeah.
Because she wouldn't know him, quote unquote, if she forgot about him. But the Kito thing, that's the one that's tripping me out. That line on page 3. Like, why would she... And it's almost as if, like, she cares that people were killed, you know? Like, she...
Yeah, you feel bad about the fact that people died. No one died.
And then who could you possibly be referring to? Because even if you're going back in the past with sacrifices and stuff, are you referring
to that? Was their
to
clan much bigger? Was the Subterraneans living above ground? Because I typically don't like hearing this phrase in real world situations, but in anime manga, I think it works when characters refer to you people as in like you people as in like humans. Yeah. Not like you people as in this particular group of people.
Unless she's just like she is a little delusional right now, or she's like
she's just assuming that people would have died because of the fact that when a volcano goes off, people tend to die.
Yeah, because like immediately I keep looking at with Momo, she keeps like responding in like funny ways, like nobody died. Huh? What? Like,
where is she? I can hear her.
I was just thinking about Kito. I wonder who her VA will be. We'll get it really soon, which is fun. I don't know why. And like, if you know, guys. I feel like for some reason Frieza's voice would be perfect.
I like that.
Perfect.
Sherm does point out, and I agree, there are different variations of sharks on that final page.
Yep.
There was one shark in particular. Look at the bottom right. That's almost like a human eye. That looks unnatural. You see that thing's eye?
Yeah.
It looks like a human.
I don't know what like I don't know what's about to happen. Spirals, tornadoes.
And like, is this plane going down by itself? Is this only an empty space? I'm really
I
curious.
think
Like,
a shark
what?
probably bit the engine or some shit once they got in that space.
So you're just a pilot. You're flying. Everything's fine. All of a sudden, one of your engine goes out. Engine failure.
Yep.
But we can
They
see
said
it because we're in
chomp,
empty
chomp.
space.
Yeah. And it could be because of the whole Devil's Triangle or something like that, where it's just naturally you immediately enter that space with no one. It's just always like that. It's always there. This is gonna be an insane arc, man. Like,
I mean, I wish I wasn't spoiled on this, but golly, I have no clue where we're going with this. Because you look at like the bottom of that spread, it is pitch black. As in, like, the void is there.
Yeah.
And then above, you see those, like, spirit particles. So you know that it's sort of, like, related to aura, related to energy, spiritual energy.
Oh, I was thinking that was, like, space. I was thinking that they were so goddamn high up. I know they're barely above the clouds, but I thought that was just to show, like, we're, like, very high up.
Oh, I thought that was related to the sharks themselves. I mean, you could be right, though.
I gotta look at Laz's reaction to this. I know it's probably hilarious, but he turned the page like, what?
No! No!
When I saw the panel, like I said, I didn't really look at it, but I thought it seemed like people falling or something. That's what I was thinking about. I was like, okay, I hope I didn't see that. So luckily,
like a plane crash and then all the passengers are falling. Yeah.
Yep.
Man, poor Daiki. He is powerless because he's an elderly man. All he can say is, "Heep, help."
And it's crazy too because with Fairy Tail card being up here, and then once again, I love that Tatsu. There is the continuity in his writing is so good because once we leave an arc, you still are dealing with the characters involved from that arc. Like with Evil Eye, we're still dealing with Evil Eye and worrying about him. Now with Zuma, Daiki, Momo, Raya, like we're still with them in this arc that not necessarily directly after the last one, but you get my point. Aside from like Koki's arc, I think something's bad is gonna happen where like our theories about Momo potentially being captured or lost or something, because I think we have to see the other group's reaction to like the results of whatever happens to this squad.
I mean, I already said before we entered the plane that this plane was going down in the ocean. So they're just going to see the news and they're going to be like, this plane with all of our friends went down. Are they alive? Are any of them alive? Jiji, Daiki, Zuma, Raya, Dodoria, Momo, Vamola, all of them are on here. And when you were saying that about previous characters returning to current arcs, I was thinking about Jet. Jet could make a return here easily. Like, I can see her swimming through the ocean. Like,
you know what, too? This just reminds me of like an AOT when Armin got captured in the final chapters, and they're trying to locate the Okapi. I feel like Momo's going to get like shark is going to like
chomp,
get her, and then swim away, and then vanish in the tornado, and then disappear, and then you don't see her there no more at all, or feel her aura or anything. Also, I love the panel on page 19 of Jiji looking through the window of the plane.
That is a good one.
Seats in the back. This is gonna be wild. All I know is that spirals will come into play again. We're literally seeing one in the back with a tornado. And Uzumaki shirt.
This is gonna sound crazy, but like, could one of the umbrellas act as a turbine if it spins fast enough?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes,
I can see that. Yeah, I really can see that happening. So now we gotta work together with the Kito family, as expected. I didn't think that they were going to be just the antagonists in this arc. I thought it's like the Serpos all over again, kind of, but they're like
It's analogous.
Yeah.
So if they're not the antagonists, like, I don't know, man. We're gonna have that weird guy from underneath the bridge be one of the antagonists. And again, Tatsu, I should say, is keeping up this plausible deniability for Sanjime. He is always outside of any culpability of anyone that gets defeated, captured, or, anything under the sun. So I'm curious how long he's going to keep this up. Like, how long is Sanjime going to be not even known by our main characters as their adversary? You see what Sherm said about Jiji's name?
Because I remember even like saying Jiji in the anime when we were watching.
Pretty sure, yeah.
That's how we learned his name. It was so easy. Jiji. Jiji. Man. Sanjime, man, it always comes down to him in all these streams. It's just, that's just what it is. But, I think he is like a Itachi type character. I don't think he is just evil. I don't think so. Because, like, even just the image of us seeing him fighting alongside us against the fairy tale card, like, I know that could have been him just doing it for his own gain, but just that, how he interacted with them, he didn't seem malicious or like sneakily malicious. He just seemed like he was being genuine, transparent, there in the moment, having to defeat that, and that was it. There was like, maybe he has something going on in his head. That's something else we theorized a lot too. But
that was my next question. Have you ever seen the movie Split with James McAvoy?
Yep.
I mean, he could be actively working against himself, and then if we incorporate the bacteria conversation once more, like, who is the real Sanjime? Who is the true enemy? So again, analogous to AOT. I don't know, man. A pretty straightforward chapter, given the cliffhanger of it. But I don't know what to say. I really don't, because again, like you said, it all comes back to Sanjime at the end of this, and we know next to nothing about him, if that's even him. Like,
what if he's a vessel? Like, Sanjime is a vessel, and he's just, I don't know, maybe he's like, he's probably been a vessel for him for a long time. They've lived for a long time, to the point where they're now kind of in cahoots with each other. They're like in tune, but at the same time, like, if either of them had just a slither of space to just take over completely, they would do it against each other.
We know that when a person's spiritual aura goes out, it is done so. They die. We know that it is akin, as Turbo Granny said, to a car battery, to where it can be charged up and rejuvenated. A relighting of the flame. What happens if you take a soul out of a body? Can you trade souls between bodies? Can you put more than one soul in a body? So kind of building off of your vessel idea, if Sanjime has multiple souls inside of him, let's just say 3, for example. And then obviously the bacteria. It's like the ideal self, all 3 of those interconnecting parts are all fighting for dominance. Like, what's the ideal self? One of the things I've really loved to think about, just from a theoretical standpoint, is these parallel universes of my life with one difference, my life with one change, my life with one random happenstance. Like, what would I look like if one thing were different? So say, for example, because I've had some issues with my eyes here recently, like, what if in college I didn't pull all those all-nighters to put me on this path to where I would have eye issues? Like, would I have gone harder into YouTube? Would I not have passed that semester? Like, would I be on a different career path? Like, one thing could have changed the trajectory of my life in so many different ways. And his philosophy, and I say his as like referring to the entity of Sanjime that said that to Okarun, so interesting, so unique. I've never seen anything like that before, to where he is contemplating existence by including the smallest life form in the equation, to where that's almost like that's never included in the conversation. It's never included in the equation.
My brain with his character, I can't like.
Can't
What's
get rid
another antagonist you can think of where you were like, you just couldn't see where they were going at all?
Like, at all? I think this is
like,
it.
This is
I can't think of one.
You know, we see him quite a bit, you know, and every time we look at him, see him say something, it's like we're like the characters in the story, which is kind of really great writing too. Like, a lot of times when mangaka try to make, like, when it's both the viewer and the characters in the story, like, usually the viewer knows more than the characters in the story.
Sure.
We talked about it with MHA with like the whole Dobby reveal. We all knew. Obviously, the characters in the story, they didn't, but we all had an idea. Here, it's like we're kind of in the same boat as the characters. Like, we don't know, and he's in front of us more than he's in front of them, and we don't know. He's doing research. Like, we know there's some kind of connection with Turbo Granny, but we have no idea what kind of connection it could potentially be. We're trying to get all these clues, and it still leads us to nothing. I need to know who inspired this character for Tatsu. I gotta know what is a character or a person that inspired the construction of this character. I gotta know.
Didn't you say the real Count Saint Germain, or are you talking about like
Well,
on top
aside
of
from
that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
On top of that, like from another story that we read or watched or something.
I must admit, I'm a bit surprised with myself in terms of I have not yet been lost by the fact that Tatsu still 194 chapters has not given us a solid answer on him, or even the real antagonist of the story. I will say, in almost every other scenario, I would be so lost on the plot, like I wouldn't care. I need answers, at least one answer, two answers. I need just a little to go on so I can start building up all these theories. But what he gave us is ideology. He gave us a vast world of pure mythos from two different pools. And then on top of that, you also incorporate science, you incorporate spirituality. It's so cool to see this blending in his story. I'm so hooked. No, that's not a pun because there's sharks in this one, but I'm so hooked on this story.
Yes, it is.
Truly. Yeah, it was. It was.
Man, Daiki, all I gotta say about Daiki, don't do no. Oh, I love sharks, or I love the ocean. I love some whatever that's going to happen here.
I've always wanted to go to a beach because I've lived in the city my whole life. They crash land on a deserted island. He dies in the sand.
Bruh.
They make a simple little grave, little mound of sand, because they don't have anything else. They had to bury their friend. And like, imagine what that does to Zuma, even though he can't see it, like he feels it. Because he, to Zuma's character, he is a leader of men. And one thing that the leader of men feel the worst is when they live on and their men die.
Yep.
He's very like military coded, and some of the higher general commanders, even the president at times, like you feel so much personal weight of being the survivor's guilt.
Yep. Survivor's guilt. Yep.
And imagine if he just had a little bit of his sight. He could have commanded Futa like catch Daiki, or I could have prevented this in the first place if we had been able to capture the card yokai from the beginning. Maybe he could have reversed something. And then, I don't know, Zuma's character as well is just set up for more pain. And I don't want that for him because he's gone through enough in his life.
I think somebody about to get a limb chomped off. Somebody's getting chomped.
It's definitely one of the Kitos. One of the Kito boys is losing one of their limbs. Yep.
Mother. Ah.
Itai! Itai! It hurts! You're a Kito boy. Stop crying.
Imagine a Turbo Granny comes up out of nowhere somehow.
Like running on the water.
Bruh, I would be like, what the... I mean, look at all these sharks. You could probably like bounce off of them or something like that. Yeah, man, this is, you know, we're gearing up for something wild. Probably with chapter 200. It's gonna be something crazy.
And I'll also mention, this doesn't feel like this is moving towards, at least at the moment, like the conclusion of the story. Like, we're still in the thick of it.
Hell no. Yeah.
Which is great, because when things start to escalate in other stories, I start to get that bad feeling in my stomach, where I'm like, uh-oh, is this right going towards the end? Nope. Tatsu's just going into another gear.
Like, this feels like if I could think of One Piece, like realistically where this feels like in the story, I would say this is like, and no, this is not on purpose. It's like Skypiea. Like that.
I can see that
of the story. Where it's like we're learning things. We still are like, what does this mean? These poneglyphs. What's this? What's okay? Interesting. We're getting somewhere. It feels like that.
Which means we got Sabaody and the Marineford to come.
Yep.
Oh, man. And we know, Tatsu, we know what you are. You're a One Piece fan. So you building up towards a Marineford of your own. Imagine like a Marineford in Dandadan. Aliens
and we're
versus
not even
yokai.
close to that either, which is wild.
No, I know. That's like at least another 100 chapters away, but
got Jet. I'm anxious, but I'm also patient at the same time. It's a weird feeling that I have with this story.
I think what I love most about it at this point in the story is I'm content. And I'm just like, I'm here for the ride. I know we've said that multiple times in multiple different streams, but like whatever he wants to do, I'm all here for it. And again, even though I was spoiled on this moment, this spread, whatever, it was still great to see that Zuma was fighting blind. Like, he's still a raw character. The conversation between the Kito family and our characters, and then whatever's going on with the Doria's memories. Like, where's her head at? God forbid she gets another concussion from this plane crash, because plane's going
She's
down.
Gonna get hurt again.
Plane's going down. And then we're stranded on a beach with the Kito family and a couple of teenagers, and now we have to work together. And what I think will be really cool about it is the system of volcanoes around Japan, but across the world, there might be a volcano on the island that they land on. So that could bring up more memories of what's going on with this whole people died. A lot of people died. Like, what are you talking about? No one died. And then we finally get the flashback a la Vamola of what happened to the subterranean people. Now, that's all to say if we don't go into some kind of mirror dimension, because underneath all those sharks, that is way too dark to just be water. Like, I don't know what the hell that is. That is scary. I don't think I've ever seen that dark black used in, like, manga. Nah.
I'm speechless because I literally don't know what to say, what else to say. I have nothing. My brain is just like, I mean, I was about to say, I'm just going to, tag along on the ride, but the ride is already going down, literally, as the big plane is going down.
I don't want to tag along anymore. This is it. I can't swim.
Seiko,
I will say I'm getting somewhat concerned about her safety. Not in an immediate sense, but more so like this nagging feeling in the back of my mind where I'm like, Dodoria might not be long for this world. Because it's showing that she's very much human. She can get injured. She can get maimed. Like, God forbid one of the sharks, like, chew off her leg. Like, then what's she gonna do? She relies on her kicks. Well, I know what you are, Tatsu. I know what you are, Tatsu.
Not the leg. She got nice legs.
Oh no! Why did I have to go down this rabbit hole? Imagine it's Jiji protecting Momo.
What do you mean?
Like his arm gets chopped off.
Oh, I mean, he still got legs.
But he ain't got no spirals. He ain't got the spirals anymore.
Hey man, he'd do it with his legs somehow. He would just, I don't know, corkscrew in the air. Just. He do got that Uzumaki hoodie. I fully expect some big ass spirals in the air to combat against this tornado and landing them safely or something. There's gonna be something wild. The currents into each other.
Oh, wait a second. Didn't Sanjime say something about like noise cancellation? Like I'm not good at it or something?
Maybe.
I think he did, because I'm thinking about the rotating cyclone that is that weather system. What if Gigi's able to, in the opposite direction, like spin the clouds or spin the air?
Mm-hmm. That's gonna be a fire ass panel too. However, Tatsu does it. I don't even know from what shot perspective.
And then you got Zuma and Futa on the jet engines with just that, just the umbrella spinning. Yeah, what a fun chapter. I don't know, man. I'm kind of speechless as well. I really don't know what else.
You know what's hilarious? Like, Kenta being here, they would absolutely need Kenta. Like for this,
dude, he could fix the jet engine in seconds. He could build a kaiju suit to lift us up.
Listen, this is what I love about Tatsu is that every character is valuable in any predicament. Where it's like, like. We probably said this with every single character in other situations before. If this character was here, you know how quickly this would have ended. If this character was here, like think about the like with the damn basketball head situation in the gym.
Jiji was there. Okarun was there.
You know, like
he was there, but he wasn't.
Yeah. So like, imagine if they were there for that, or against Jet and Hase. Like, imagine if Momo was there. She probably would. Beat the hell out of
grabbed him from the beginning.
Quick.
Bam.
So that's also really cool to know, because the matchups matter. I like that Tatsu puts the characters in. He he really writes them to really good predicaments. Not good predicaments for them, but like just for the stakes itself. To see how they can overcome it, because it's just like what is going to get crazier than this? like obviously space. We're gonna get some space stuff.
Yeah.
But like,
I mean, I think there'll
I don't
be
know.
some moon things because there's a lot of conspiracies around the moon.
Yep.
So whether it's a base, whether it's a transportation cycle, and again, this is all on planet Earth in a very localized part of Japan. It has not
Yep.
gone outside of this area of Japan, and it has also not gone off planet except for a flashback for Vimola's people. So, I know there's the hollow Earth theory. Like, we have not gone beneath the surface where the subterraneans are. Do they have an entire civilization underneath the water? And then we have empty space, which is the land of the aliens. And then, again, unique what Granny Kito said. She's like, oh, you're one of those, or you're affiliated with those people, referring to the empty space that Vimola was able to create. So what's the connection there between the subterraneans and aliens?
No, I didn't even think of that could be a thing. It probably, I'm not gonna say it probably isn't, but Tatsu could do this. What if like yokai have like a place that they directly reside in if they want to, while some of them are like on the surface, you know, in society, and
like
other
a
ones
separate
might be
plane?
like a hell, basically like a hell on earth type of motif,
like
or something
purgatory?
like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Because we do know that yokai are like, or at least the theories that yokai are around the planet in general. So what if they like have a place that they maybe are birthed from originally, and then they just kind of come out and then just kind of travel to whatever, like to get territories or conquer over certain territories.
Yeah, I still don't know about those location-bound spirits. Like, how does that play into things?
All right.
Contracts. Like, what if you break a contract? Who upholds the contract? By what method are they able to make contracts? Like, what's Dodoria's contracts? What's Dodoria's backstory? Oof.
Camp Saint Germain, PSG fan Jiji. I think well, people have been theorizing, and I honestly think that might end up happening. That's a little too on the nose. Was that just a foreshadowing for Count Saint Germain? I don't know. I don't think Tatsu is that like he wouldn't.
I don't
need
think
to
so.
do
I
that,
think
basically.
I think it's specifically for Jiji.
Yeah, because he wouldn't need to do that unless he just felt like this story is going to be long, so let me foreshadow this. But it's not like people have to wait that long.
Well, let me ask you this question, because for people who are the next generation, so we're just talking about the mangaka for Gachiakuta and how she was underneath Okubo for Fire Force. So obviously, this is a topic we've had off mic, Vante and I, in terms of the next generation wanting to correct the mistakes of those who came before them. So with that point in mind, do you think Tatsu has it in him, or should he kill off some characters? Like main core cast. I'm talking like the Straw Hats, so to speak. I mean, Gigi's got death flags.
The interesting thing about it is that I can see all the characters surviving, and I wouldn't have a problem with it because he's written in a way where I've already seen him going against with some like crazy things on the line, stakes. So I know he's capable of getting into that bag. And for me, so this is just a personal thing. I like when a mangaka can get that far to that early on in the story, so we can already establish, okay, the stakes, they mean something in the series. A lot of other series is mostly safe up until a certain point, and then once you see like a fake out death happen, it's like, oh well. For most of the story, you were playing it very safe. So honestly, you doing this, I mean, we know how you've been writing for forever ago. This never happened before. I don't think it will ever happen after you did this fake out. In this story, though, the stakes keep getting higher and higher, so I feel like it will happen. But the reason why I said it doesn't need to happen is because I've already seen them like legitimately be in danger, like extreme danger. So it doesn't break my immersion or make me feel any kind of way if they survived everything, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Like there has to be a logic in doing it, in surviving these kind of odds, and they have already.
Well, I asked because there's multiple different ways that someone can quote unquote die in this series. They can physically die. They can be forgotten, like Momo is trending towards in the moment. Or, alternatively, it could be a yokai that gets removed or sent to the void. So, multiple different ways that characters can die in this series. I'm just thinking to myself, I don't know how this particular plot, I don't even think this arc has been named yet. Like, how does this conclude? How does this move us on to the next part?
I still think Kinta's dying.
Kinta?
Because he would want to go out so cool.
Blaze of glory.
Yeah, and it works with his character because he's not a character that, like... I mean, I'll speak for myself. I like Kinta a lot more now. I think he's really valuable for the team. He's not annoying. But he's one of those characters that... It's like... I'm trying to think of another character from a different story where it's like... He's... How can I explain it?
He's like adjacent to the main crew. He's not like a part of the crew. Is that kind of what you're saying? Or
I'm gonna use an analogy for like real life. Like, you know how you always had like that one friend in the friend group where you never really worried about them because they always just kind of, whether they were just always mature, they knew what to do. They weren't. You didn't have to worry about them getting into trouble. They were always had like great mental fortitude. Think about what we talk about with like Tanaka and Haikyuu. You get my point where it's like you don't worry about him much, and he's always out there doing his job. So Kenta is one of those characters where it's like you expect him to be like the tough skin character, where you don't have to, like, if he were to die, it doesn't feel as bad compared to another character because they like. It's like the characters themselves understand that they're resilient.
Are dispensable?
Yes. Where I just don't see the fandom being... I mean, it'll be sad. I'm not trying to say it's not going to be sad, but like... It's like, oh, he died in a cool way. So you think about Kenta for him being cool, because that's what he really wants to be, is to be like a dope, cool guy. So it just works best with a character like him compared to other characters where like Jiji, that's sad, Zuma, that's sad, because of everything that we've seen them going through from their traumas and everything. Kenta is just more of a
he's an outcast. He's not like a depressing backstory type of character.
Yeah, I just don't feel... I don't know. It makes it seem like it makes it sound like I don't care about him. I do, but it just works good with characters like him, where it's like, oh yeah, I don't like. I'm more like, hell yeah, like he did his thing before he went out. Versus like, oh man, I'm like damn, like you fucked me up, Tatsu. Well, I don't know. He did his thing out there. I'm trying to think. There's other characters that are like that in other stories. I just can't think of from the top of my head right now that are like that.
I think the best analogy I can think of, Vinland Saga spoilers, so for the next 10 seconds, Gardar. I do that every time. Gardar, yes, he had a sad story, but I feel like I was more affected by Arnhei's death than I was for... Like, both of them hurt me, you know what I mean? But, like, if I had to choose only one to relive over and over again, I might... I don't know, that's a tough question. I'm even doubting myself at this point. Maybe that's not a good analogy, but...
Okay, I'm gonna give an example. Kinda... Rex and Invincible. I'll just leave it at that. Like, it hurts.
Oh yeah, that's better. That's better.
But I'm like, but he looked cool. He did his thing, and he finally came up to the moment where he's able to go out at the top.
He peaked at the end.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting at. Like, it's sad. It's still sad, but like, it's perfect for his character. It's a perfect conclusion for that.
Sure.
That's how I feel like Kento will go. It'll be perfect for him. Where like, I'm not sad that I feel like I'm going to lose out on not seeing potential of, you know, something else later on in the story, like how like Jiji, for example. For
There's
everything
so much more with him.
I'm like, God damn, man. Really, like, yes, it could be cool, but it hurts so much because we know how he feels about Momo. We know how he is as a, like, we've seen him being vulnerable. Yeah, it's kind of like that, basically.
I was just curious because, like you said, the stakes are increasing. We are in deadly waters. Again, that's another pun. Because there is going to be a casualty of some sort, whether it's a maiming of someone, whether it is a sacrifice by one of the members of the Kito family, whether it's Momo being lost in the memories of everyone, or whether someone does actually die. So, obvious choice, like Free Space's Daiki. But, I don't know. I was getting some bad vibes from Jiji this episode. Maybe it was just the fact that Dodoria called him by a different name. I was just like, something doesn't feel right about that.
I think he has a huge death flag, though. Like, seriously, because of the love triangle, that's one thing. Like, someone has to be eliminated, whether that means death or just not
taken out of the picture.
Yeah, that's
I'll protect you, Momo.
Right. And secondly, it's like the responsibility of the evil eye, him being a prodigy. Like, he's always going to get himself into situations based off of that alone. Like, no one else is even acknowledged as a prodigy. Aside from Kenta, he a prodigy too, in my eyes. He really is. Like, yeah. He's smart. But you get my point. Like, he's the only one that's like that, where it's like, he's like the MC. Once again, we've said that a long time ago. He's like an MC archetype for a character. So, true, Sherm. True. Yep.
That's the problem with those type of characters, to where your specialty isn't really a specialty. I don't mean to throw shade at Deku, but yeah. Endgame stuff, you know what I mean.
Right. And Jiji just looked like somebody that would make that sacrificial play if he had to. Like, he had to make a decision, like Iron Man in game.
That still hurts me.
Gotta do it.
That still hurts me, man.
I literally did a reaction earlier to that in different languages.
Oh, really? Okay.
Right, yeah.
I'm gonna watch that. No, but yeah, that's it for me, guys. What a great chapter. Not really as much of a discussion as we typically have on these streams, but we still appreciate it. If you like the video, gets us out to more Dandadan viewers. Stream with Laz sometime soon. We'll see if the stars align, when they align. But yeah, that's it for me.
I think they will. It's going to be a chapter that's going to get us okay. Absolutely.
This week,
this day, this time, go live.
Here, now.
Man, yeah, this is great, though. And once again, week to week, Tatsu.
The artwork.
He's never have... Do you ever... This is my last thing. Do you remember any kind of chapter that he's drawn where it's like, you know, like, this one was kind of mid or not good? I can't remember anything where I was like, that was strange.
I mean, the only thing, and this is super nitpicky, guys, so like, I only say this half seriously, was, I think, the cooldown chapter after Dodoria, Payase, and something Moto fought the bull, and they just had the police officer like interviewing people. Like, the building artwork in the background was still fire. I was just like, eh.
Oh.
It was okay. But yeah, outside of that, I literally cannot think of a chapter outside of maybe, like, I don't know, some very early stuff.
Probably earlier, yeah. But Sherm and anybody else is live or watching the VOD, thank you guys so much for even coming in and tuning in to Dandadan Mondays. Every Monday we got Dandadan. That's always a treat because you know, Mondays are Mondays. Mondays will forever be Mondays since you were
That's
a
what I look forward
child
to.
to an adult. You know, so it's a nice treat for us. But yeah, I don't have anything else to add on either. So if you will.
All right, guys. So other content coming up this week. I'm going to try to do as much as I can. We got Haikyuu dropping a few episodes. We got some My Hero Academia Vigilantes. We got some Fire Force, which is starting to pick up tremendously. We are going to be starting up Chainsaw Man manga volume reactions. Let's give it June, the first Sunday, the first Sunday of June. That'll be the soft start of that. But other than that, we got Squid Game coming back in a couple of months. We got Dandadan Season 2 anime coming back in a couple of months. We got Gachiakuda coming into the channel in a couple of months. And other than that, as Vante likes to say, stay safe, stay healthy, stay clean. We'll see you in the next video or stream. And peace.